All right, hey everybody. Yeah, I'm holding a can of Manwich. You might say to yourself, what is a wellness coordinator doing holding this can of Manwich? It says just add meat on it. Look at that big stack of meat on that thing. Well, here's the deal. Believe it or not, Manwich, as long as you don't eat too much of it, is actually fairly healthy for you. It's plant-based. It is not gluten-free because apparently the distilled vinegar does not remove, if the vinegar comes from wheat, it does not remove all of it. So if you have celiac disease, probably not going to work for you. There are some out there that might. You got to look them up, do your research. If you're just intolerant, you'll probably be fine because the small amount that's going to be in there is probably not going to harm you. Now, instead of meat, what am I going to use? A lot of people are going to say, well, I'm probably going to use that tofu or soy. Well, not exactly. If you've never heard of Beyond Beef, it's pretty awesome. It's available pretty much everywhere now. Mark's has it, regular kind of grocery store around us. It's covered up by the label. It's Beyond Beef. It's a plant-based ground meat, and they make burgers and sausages and everything, just like Impossible Foods and Gardein and all those kind of foods. It is non-GMO. But you'll say, hey, no soy, no gluten. Then what is it made of? It's made from pea protein, which a lot of people actually have in their, bodybuilder shakes and things like that. So about $8 for this packet. I'm going to take it. I'm going to heat it up. I'm going to add my Manwich. This packet has 4 servings in it. 80 grams of protein, guys. People say to me, where do you get your protein being vegan? There you go. That's 80 grams in this little packet right here for $8. It's got no sugar. Not that much sodium. I mean, if I eat a quarter of this and make a sandwich along with the Manwich, I'm still only getting half of my daily intake of sodium. And since I didn't really have any other sodium today, because I had a smoothie and a huge salad for lunch and a big smoothie for breakfast, I'm good. I'm still way under 1,500. Now, saturated fat, 6 grams. A little high, but again, if you have only 1 or 2 servings and you're not really having any saturated fat the rest of the day like I didn't, you're totally fine. Lots of unsaturated fat, which is good, and that's from some of the other things in here. And so they kind of make it look like meat by adding pomegranate powder and beet juice and things like that. So if you've never tried Beyond Beef, it's available pretty much everywhere now. So what Beyond Beef did, is they went through the retail market first. Impossible Foods went wholesale. So if you go to a restaurant, you're going to get Impossible Foods. If you go to a store, you're going to get Beyond Beef. But pretty soon there are restaurants that have both Beyond Beef and Impossible Foods, and vice versa. And Impossible Foods will probably be available in the stores for everybody soon. Now, as you can see by mixing this around, it actually kind of looks like there's blood in there and heme. And that's because they put like heme iron and stuff in there and that beet juice and stuff. So this is very much like eating ground beef. It's almost too close to it for me, but once in a while, we want to have some fun. Lacey can't wait to try it. Once in a while, we just want to have some fun. Jack's going to be off the bus. I'm going to surprise him here a little bit. I like to make stuff like this once in a while and do stuff like this once in a while. It's really not very unhealthy to have a little bit of saturated fat and sodium once in a while. You don't want to eat this 3-4 times a day, and you don't want to eat a lot of it. But put it on some, Dave's Killer Sprouted Bread. Again, not gluten-free. We don't have a gluten tolerance issue here, but you can find, corn wraps and gluten-free wraps and buns and things like that, though, if you have a gluten intolerance. You could also put this over some, quinoa noodles or bonza noodles or other kind of lentil noodles, and you could make like a sloppy Joe, spaghetti type of thing. So just because you're eating a little on the healthier side doesn't mean you can't kind of, come close to the edge once in a while and have some fun. So that's the kind of thing we do. And I'm not even going to show Jack's reaction because I'm going to tell you right now he is going to murder this. He loves Manwich. He loves it on a big thing of sprouted bread like this. And he's going to enjoy it immensely. So just kind of wanted to share this and kind of show this. Again, I'm going to show this again here. If you've never made this kind of thing, you can buy Beyond Beef now pretty much everywhere. They have this ground, and it's a pound for $8. And again, there's no cholesterol, guys. There's just 0 cholesterol. Try to find that in any meat, even bison meat and all that expensive stuff. You're never going to find that. So you can see here, cooks up, looks pretty much just like meat. It will brown, and after I get it kind of cooking a little here more, I'm going to put the Manwich sauce in there, and I'm going to make a big Manwich. I'll show you the sandwich there at the end, and it's really a good time. It's really an awesome time. So check it out if you haven't. I'll put some links in the description, as usual. And this is a great fun thing to kind of trick the kids with, you know. If you're making like spaghetti sauce and you have meat in there, try it with this. If you're making stuffed peppers, stuffed cabbage, if you're making lasagna, if you're making meatloaf, you'd be surprised at the kind of stuff that you can do with this. It's becoming more and more popular. It's non-GMO and everything. And you have to remember, the whole reason companies like this really started was really for the environment. If this comes from plants, that means the whole time this was growing, they were making oxygen. So we're eating something that was making oxygen and that was renewable and that was being regrown and replanted. If we eat animals, on the other hand, the problem is there's so many animals being in animal agriculture right now. I mean, if you haven't seen the news, what's going on at the Amazon, it's pretty messed up. So we cannot continue to destroy the jungles to make room for more animals to eat. It's just going to destroy the planet. And they've known this for a very long time. So we've got to kind of try to diversify our diet a little bit, our nutrition, and our palate, and say, look, I'm going to try something. Doesn't mean you have to do it all the time, but even if you could try it once in a while, kind of start substituting some things out, it's going to have a huge impact on the planet and on your health. And most of this stuff isn't any more expensive nowadays. I mean, in the beginning it was, but really now it's not. I mean, it's really it's pretty affordable. You can find it anywhere. So check it out. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you've ever tried this kind of thing. It's super fun to kind of, you know, try it out with the kids and see if they notice it. Most of the time you'd be surprised they won't. Now look at that sucker. Jack is going to devour that. He's going to crush that thing, man. Big old Manwich. Fantastic, fantastic. Look at... You think he's going to like it, Lace? She's like, where's mine, dude? I'm going to set this down. He's going to be home any minute. He's going to be so happy, he's not even going to believe it. All right. And don't worry. I'll let you try some. See you next time. Say bye.